Chairman. Today everyone are present except Miss X, Assistant Secretary. From your right is Miss Emmy, Executive of Finance Department, Miss Sada, Executive of Marketing Department, Miss Afifah, Executive of Research and Development Department, Miss Safa, Executive of Human Resources Department, and Mr. Abdullah, Executive of Advertisement Department. Thank you. So, I believe that all you thank you, Ms. Fazira. So I believe that all of you had received the memo about this meeting and the agenda for our meeting today. I would like to go quickly through the agenda. The first agenda will be the confirmation of the previous meeting. Next, we will go through meteorizing, new proposal, and lastly, any other business. Now, I would like to start the meeting by confirmation of previous minute. Is there any amendment to be made? Excuse me, Chairman. I think there are a little mistake about the cost. It should be 20. Excuse me, Chairman. I think there are a little mistake about the cost. It should be 250 million instead of 200 million only. Okay, thank you, Miss Emmy. Can you take the note, Miss Fazira? Yes, Chairman. Okay, next. I'm sorry, I think there are slight mistake in last minute. The venue of our project supposed to be Pulau Perhentian Kecil, not Pulau Perhentian Besar. Okay, thanks, Miss Safa. Is there any other mistake in the last minute? Chairman, I feel that there is an error in the spelling of Mr. Abdullah's name. Mr. Abdullah is so that? Yes, Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Shuhada, for supported that mistake. Is there anything else regarding the last minute? No. If there is no other correction to be made, could someone please propose that the minutes to be accepted? I propose that the minutes be accepted. I second the motion. Okay, Ms. Fazira, it is supposed by Mr. Abdullah and second by Ms. Afifah. So, before we go to the next agenda, I would like to highlight the problems that we discussed in the previous meeting. First of all, the main problem is about the transportation. The second problem is about the food trail and roads in the island. The next problem is about accommodation, and the last problem is about the electricity. Miss Afifah, could you please brief Miss Afifah, could you please brief us about the progress about the transportation from the mainland to the island? Yes, Chairman. For the transport. Yes, Chairman. For the transportation, I suggest that we increase the number of small boat instead of the large boat. It can shorten the time compared to the large boat. Shorten the time? I don't think it is a bad idea. Sorry to interrupt, Chairman. Can I make a suggestion here? Yes, Abdullah. How about we build cable car? It can lower the labor cost and the tourists can enjoy the scenery. Sorry for interrupt. I do not agree with the idea about the cable car. Mr. Abdullah, are you talking about building cable car from the mainland to the island? Yes, it is a problem. Yes, I think the main problem is about the cost and the maintenance of the cable car. I also sure that the idea is impossible due to the distance between the mainland and the island. Sorry for interrupt. I agree with the idea of cable car. Maybe we can use it as another transport to the island during monsoon season. I'm afraid it not. I'm afraid I am not agree with the idea. Even though the cable car can still be used during the monsoon season, the other activity in the island during that time will be delayed. I also think that using the cable car during monsoon season will be dangerous to tourists. Sorry for interrupt. Chairman, I think I got a better solution. For the about the transportation, I will stick to my original idea. We will increase the number of small boat instead of large boat. As for the cable car, I agree with that idea, but I suggest that we build the cable car from Pulau Perhentian Kecil into to the Pulau Perhentian Besar. It also can increase our profit. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand your last point. Sorry, I'm probably not making myself clear. What I mean is, if we build the cable car, it can generate our side income. It will attract more tourists to the island. Besides, tourists and people at the Pulau Pontian Besar can also use the cable car to go to Pulau Pontian Kecil. I think you've got a point there. Okay, in my opinion, the idea about the cable car is quite interesting, and I will consider about it. So, is there anyone that has suggestion or objection about the transportation? Excuse me, Chairman. I don't quite understand why we should increase the number of small boat. Ms. Afifah, can you explain to us on that matter? Yes, Chairman. Last month, I have received a complaint from a customer about the transportation. It was said that when using the large boat with to the slow motion of the boat, the customer feels seasick and cannot do any activity for the next 4 hours. I understand that by using large boat, we can lower the cost. But in this case, we must give priority to customer convenience. That's why I suggest that we increase the number of the small boat. Alright, and then I understand your point. Mm, Ms. Afifah, thank you for the explanation. That if there is no other problem regarding to transportation matter, I would like to proceed to our next agenda, which is the boat trail and road in the island. Is anyone here have opinion regarding this problem? I have some opinion about this matter, Chairman. The last time I go to Pulau Pontian Kecil, there are only a few boat trail across the island, and some of them are likely the old foot trail. I suggest that we discover and make new foot trail. Tourists can choose any way that they like to cross the island. I also suggest that we renovate the old foot trail to the tourist safety. I agree with you. Tourists might discover new scenery along the new foot trail, but what about the road problems? If I'm not mistaken, Misafa is the one that suggests to build road in the island. Am I right? Yes, you are right, Chairman. I suggest that we build road to ease the movement tourists on the island. Besides, during the monsoon season, the foot trail might get muddy and it right inconvenient to the tourists. I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with you. For your information, during the monsoon season, either Pulau Perhentian Kecil or Pulau Perhentian Besar, it will be closed. So I don't see the needs of the road to the island. Even when out of the monsoon season, I think building the road will be convenient to tourists. I see your point, but I still cannot agree with your suggestion. And moreover, the construction of the road will cost greatly. Besides it, if road are built on the island, it will change the topography of the island. I agree with Miss Amy. As we know, most of the tourists come to the island because of they want to be closer to nature. Excuse me, sorry for interrupt. I agree with Miss Safa idea about building road on the island. It seems more convenient not only for the tourists but also to the worker and local people. I understand your standing point, but if we take the building road into consideration, what about the environmental effects from the road construction? Have you take consideration about it? I'm sorry because I not consider about the environmental issues. Still, in my opinion, the road is still a necessity to the island. As for the environmental issues, I will do research about it and consult this matter with an environmental professional. If that's so, we will wait for the result of Miss Safa research, and since we are not come into agreement, it will I will put this matter to chef for next meeting. Is that okay with everyone? Yes, Chairman. So, Miss Safa, make sure you finish the research as soon as possible and present it to the next meeting. Thanks, thanks, Chairman. I will try my best. Okay, is there any addition on this matter? Yes, Mr. Abdullah. I have a suggestion regarding to the transportation on the island. How about we use the vehicle that move easily on sand? You mean cart? No, not cart. It is more like small vehicle. Then you mean like a small jeep? Yeah, something like that. I've seen something like that on Pulau Kapas before. It's a rather convenient. So it is not bad idea. How about you do some research about it and present it in the next meeting? I myself do hope that this suggestion can be beneficial to us. Is that okay, Mr. Abdullah? Yes, thank you, Chairman. Okay, can we move to the next problem? Yes. The next problem is about the accommodation on the island. As we know, Pulau Perhentian kecil have minimum facility compared to the Pulau Perhentian besar. One of our objective is to maximize the facility on the island to bring more profit. From the previous meeting, Ms. Syuhada suggests that we build a high-class hotel at Pulau Perhentian kecil. Ms. Syuhada, can you proceed with your suggestion? Okay, thank you, Miss Fazira. All of you already know that I suggest the construction of high-class hotel to attract more tourists to Pulau Perhentian Kecil. Among the tourists, there must be some that want a comfortable accommodation despite being on an island. They will not care for the price they have to pay as long as they have a nice place to sleep. I'm sorry, I have something to say. I agree with Ms. Shuhada says, but I also believe that most of the tourists care about the price. From my point of view, most of them are not most of them are on vacation with family and their friends, and of course they want to stay at a nice and comfortable place, even where ourselves want to go on a cheap and nice vacation. Am I right? So instead high class hotel, how about we increase the number of our chalet and upgrade the existing one, make them more nice and comfortable? I agree with Miss Afifah idea about increasing the number of our chalet, because if tourists come to the Pulau Pantai Kecil, we must have enough chalet to accommodate them. Increase the number is not a problem, but what about the design of the new chalet? Yes, we must also consider about the costs and environmental issues. Environmental issues. I have a suggestion about the new design of new chalet. How about we use the tree house as a theme? I am agree with Ms. Shuhada. If we can to construct new chalet, we must cut the tree and clear the area. Instead, we throw or burn the tree that we cut. We can reuse them as a design feature in our chalet. Yes, that is a good idea. Everyone agree with this matter? Yes, we agree. Yes, Miss Fazira. Can we build the chalet on the tree as well? I have seen at our sea the tree house can be a good attractive feature of Pulau Pantai Kecil. I think that is not a bad idea. I see your point, but we cannot build the chalet on the tree because most of the tree shape on the island cannot support the chalet, and it is not stable. I agree with Ms. Shafa. And in additional, the one I am agree with Ms. Shafa. And in additional, the wind on island sometimes seems strong, and if we build chalet on the tree, it might disturb tourists that want to rest. Okay, I see your point. Okay, what about the interior design of the chalet? I think that we can use underwater as the interior theme. And underwater, can you elaborate more about that? Yes, around the island there must be seashell and dead coral. We can collect them and create something that decorate them in the chalet, as as we can repaint the interior of the chalet like the underwater. I see no objection to that idea. In fact, I know some people that can paint well. Maybe we can cut a little cost of hire professional painter. Hmm. From the outside, it will look like a tree house, but on the inside, it will seem like underwater. I like the idea. Is there any objection on this matter? No. Alright, let's move to the next problem. It is about electricity. Ms. Fazira, could you brief us on that? Yes, Chairman. Until now, Pulau Pontian Kecil still use diesel to generate electricity. It is said in the last minute that Ms. Safa should. It is stated in the last minute that Ms. Shafa suggests we use solar energy. Is there any objection? Please raise your hand. I'm sorry, but I disagree with that idea. Could you tell us why? In my opinion, solar energy involved with high-tech equipment. The maintenance of the technology is also quite high. So instead of solar energy, how about we build something that can utilize other natural resources such as windmill? So instead of solar energy, how about we build something that can utilize other natural resources such as windmill or water turbine? I'm also I'm sorry, but I have no this I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with your idea. For your information, the wind and water current in our country are not strong enough to generate electricity. Maybe we can build the windmill as an attract. Maybe we can build the windmill as an attraction, but it is not sufficient to generate the electricity. I cannot be more agree with Ms. Afifah. That's why I suggest using solar energy. Yes, I now the cost and maintenance are high, but if the solar energy can be used for a long term, I don't think it is a bad idea. Yes, instead of building something that cannot generate enough electricity, why don't we use the money on something that can generate more electricity? Yes, you are right, Ms. Shwada. If the costs are too high, we still can build the solar energy system, but in small scale. It uh, it still can be used as a backup plan for electric generation. Okay, Ms. Shafa, maybe you should summarize the cost of the solar energy system and propose it in the next meeting. Okay, Chairman. Alright, I think that everyone is agree on the solar energy system. If there are no more objection, I would like to proceed to our next agenda, which is the new proposal. Ms. Abdullah, would you like to start? Yes, thank you, Chairman. Here, I would like to propose that we develop our food section to increase the profit to our company. What do you mean by develop? Can we add more variety of food to our customer? Not only promote the local food, but the other international food such as French food, Italian food, Japanese food, and Chinese food. This way, tourists will be have more choice of food that will suit their taste. I can see that it is a quite good idea. I agree with that idea. And can we include Korean food as well? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Many suggestion is better. I have I have a suggestion on this matter as well. What is it, Ms. Shafa? Can we make a restaurant on boat? I think it more interested because we are on island. That is a rather an interesting idea. I'm sorry, I think I cannot share your view. Do you have any better idea, Miss Afifa? Yes, I suggest that we construct a real restaurant on water. Using a boat is not sustainable because it is not stable. Tourists might be get seasick and cannot enjoy their meal. This situation might get more unpleasant for other tourists. I see your point, but if we construct a real restaurant, will it affect the underwater life? Do you mean coral and fish around them? Yes. If that's so, we can build it at a place where it less or no coral at all. This way we can avoid destroy the coral. That is a good idea. Yes, I agree with that idea. So we can put our food variation on that restaurant. It is that right, Mr. Afifah? Yes, I also agree with that idea. Do we need to build a bridge from the island to the restaurant? I think we can build a bridge if the distance are not too far, but if the distance quite far for tourists to walk, I think better we not include the bridge. Yes, we can transport the tourists to the restaurant and back to the island by boat. I quite like that idea. How much boat do you think we need? At least we need two small boat. Sorry to interrupt. I think we overlooking something important here. What is it, Miss Amy? We also must take into account about the tidal. I agree with Miss Amy. Okay, we can proceed this project if majority of the member agree. Those who are in favor with the restaurant idea, please raise your hand. Alright, then this proposal is accepted. Can I leave the tidal research matter to you, Miss Amy? Yes, Chairman. I will do some research and construct and consult with people with knowledge in this field. Okay, any other new proposal? Entertainment maybe? I have suggestion in the entertainment section. I suggest to introduce blob jump to Pulau Perhentian Kecil. Blob jump. Can you elaborate more on that? Blob jump is an activity for leisure and sport. This as this activity started in Europe. It is can it is an activity where one person jump on a large boat and they stay at the edge of that balloon. Another person will jump onto the balloon and the earlier person will be lifted up to the air before fall into water. This sound interesting, but is this activity safe for tourists? Yes, we can provide life jacket and lifeguard during the activity. I sure this type of activity can attract more tourists and also the local people to try new thing and gain new experience. Yes, I agree with that idea, Ms. Fazira. Can you explain more about the cost? Yes, sure. I don't think that the cost of this activity is too high and we can cover up the cost by fee paid to do this activity. I think it is a beneficial proposal to us. Moreover, I don't think that it need high maintenance. If this proposal were accepted, I will find the total cost of this activity and present in the next meeting. Is there any objection to this proposal? Please raise your hand. There are no objection. Is there any other proposal regarding the entertainment? I have no suggestion. How about we make a package on doing activity in jungle? Why do you want to do this package? As we know, we are on island beside sea. We also have jungle. I want to utilize our natural resources in increasing our profit. Does this activity can bring any bad effect to environment? I think there will be no bad effect on the environment because we are not going to construct anything in the jungle. We just use what we have in the jungle. This way, tourists can be close to the nature. can you give example of what activity can we do in the jungle? Yes, of course. Some of the activities are flying fox, jungle trekking, camping, and rock climbing.
Apa ah? Siap pakai baju ni.
Tak payah kacau.
Kenapa?
Tak payah.
Mau meeting?
Tengah rakam. Enggak dah kacau lah. I agree with that suggestion. Beside that, we can also include a student package. I also agree with that idea. I think that we can proceed with these two proposals. Okay, now I want to do a small conclusive about new proposal and entertainment session. We will introduce Bloop Jump and add new jungle package into our project. This is based on the majority vote. On any other proposal? No? Okay, then let's move to our next agenda. Any other business? Is there any report or complaint that you want me to know? Okay, then let's move to our next agenda. Any other business? Is there any reports or complaint that you want me to know? Chairman, there is a complaint on defective plug in our department. What's wrong with the plug? What's wrong with the plug? Sometimes when we are doing our work, the plug are suddenly being defective. This situation cause a lot of problem and we cannot making any progress. Okay, Miss Fazira, can you do something about that? Yes, Chairman. I will call the right person for this problem as soon as possible. Any other problems? Chairman, our department have problem with the Wi-Fi connection. I'm sorry, Chairman. The Wi-Fi problem also happen in our department. Is that so, Miss Fazira? Please take note of the problems. Can this problem be solved by the end of this week? Yes, Chairman. I will solve the Wi-Fi problem by this week. Okay, thank you. Okay. Any other addition in any other business? If no, we will end our meeting today. No, Chairman. Miss Fazira, could you brief us on the detail of our next meeting? Oh, okay. Our next meeting will be held 2 weeks from now on Tuesday in Angsana meeting room on the 3rd floor at 10 o'clock. Is that okay with everyone? I cannot attend that day because I will be on outstation on that day. Same with me. I'm okay with that day, but if the meeting will be held in the morning, I'm afraid I also cannot attend. I have an appointment with doctor that morning. So there will be 3 person who can attend on that day. Ms. Fazira, can you rearrange the date and time for our next meeting? Okay, Chairman. I will set a new date and time, and I will inform it later in memo. Thanks you. Okay, I guess that will be all for today. Thank you for taking time out of your business schedule to be here today. We will meet again in the next meeting.